Hello and a very warm welcome to Daily Dispatch, a show that gives you all the latest news and updates from the digital ecosystem. I'm Priya Sheth. Thank you so much for logging in on a Friday evening. Time now to get you all the top news stories that we've been tracking this evening. Well, ticketing platform Book My Show has launched Book My Show Stream, which is a transactional video on demand streaming platform. Now, with a catalogue of over 600 movie titles and 72,000 hours of content, Book My Show Stream will feature a specially curated library of award winning films that users can either rent out or buy. Well, moving on to the second headline of the day, US-based digital payments company PayPal will wind down its domestic payments business in India from the 1st of April. Now, do remember that PayPal will instead focus on cross-border payments business, and this means that global customers will still be able to pay Indian merchants using the service. Well, Bangalore-based e-commerce analytics platform DataWeave has acquired SparrowSense, an AI-powered video analytics platform. Now, the focus of both the companies is to aggressively expand the customer base and strengthen existing product offerings. Well, moving on to the final headline of the day, agri-tech startup Origo has raised 75 crore rupees in debt funding from Yes Bank. These funds will help Origo deepen its presence in the agri-supply chain domain and will help improve the services and structures within the agricultural ecosystem.
We have with us Mr. Vikas Suri from Popcorn and Company, who is joining us for a very delicious conversation and is going to be all about popcorn. Mr. Suri, many thanks for joining us today on the Daily Dispatch. How much popcorn has India been eating in the lockdown?
My pleasure. It's been a tremendous journey so far, especially during the lockdown. You know, we have been in the business for almost 35 years now, and we were the first ones to probably import popcorn into the country. And we were the first ones again to do the very first, multiplex which came into India, which was PVR way back in 96 probably, where we sold them 3 machines, and there's been no looking back. And the ride has been fabulous. The popcorn consumption has been growing tremendously. It's obviously one of the hottest selling products all over the world. People love munching. Just because it's quick availability, some of these flavors which are coming up in the market. So it's been good, really. It's really been good. People really have started thinking and actually believing that it's really healthy and it's on-the-go snacks. So it's gaining traction, gaining very, very big popularity.
But over the last couple of months, because of the pandemic, lots of restaurants, theaters, cinema halls had been shut. And of course, popcorn is consumed in several cinema halls. Even I understand that Popcorn and Company has been selling products primarily in PVR, Inox and other theaters. So how did you deal with this pandemic? Did it hit business at that point? And what, in terms of pre-COVID sales, are we back to pre-COVID sales at this point?
Let me tell you, give you a little bit of background about myself. Basically, I started with a company called Kitchenrama, where we were doing the food service equipment for the HoReCa sector, the hotel, restaurant, and catering companies. And while we were doing this, the segment turned very, very competitive. We were looking at newer areas to sell. Thus came PVR, and we joined hands with them. We did the first multiplex. We started in 1996. We literally give popcorn and popcorn supplies to every cinema in the country. We have done everything from J&K to Kanyakumari. We work with top 10 chains in the country. We provide them, as you said, the popcorn machines, the flavors, the colors, the seasonings, and all stuff like this. We used to be sitting on so much of inventory that we were at the mercy of the software that hopefully it should be good and hopefully you should make some money. And we realized that, it was only probably 1 to 2 movies which were doing good. And we used to be left in lurch by holding so much of inventory. Thus, I decided to launch my own brand called Popcorn and Company. And that's how the journey started. And we started this company about 3 years ago. It was just started. We didn't focus much because Kitchenrama was big. And, we were just wanting to, just launch this. And then lockdown happened, and we were so lucky that we just onboarded our products on e-com a month before the lockdown. And the moment lockdown hit, people were sitting at home, they were getting bored, they had nothing to do, they were watching Netflix, they wanted snacks, they wanted munching. suddenly we saw a spurt in orders and we went crazy. We actually had to take a permission from the area DM to open a factory and produce our product. And the vertical went like this, from nowhere to everywhere. So today we are there with literally every e-com. We've had some fantastic collaboration with companies like 24/7, and there are many other on the way. So it's been fantastic, and people have really been in popcorns, and we've done good.
So what has been the growth like? If you could give us some numbers in terms of how much growth you've seen.
So I would idealistically say that we've had something like 35 to 50% growth to the previous year when it comes to popcorn consumption pattern to the direct consumer segment. That's what we are saying.
Going forward, I was looking at the kind of collection that you have, 50 odd flavors, really unique flavors. I was seeing something like a mushroom popcorn and butterfly popcorn. So what is in the pipeline? Can we expect more such unique flavors? And how do you really come up with these flavors?
So I've been, as I said, I've been in the business that long, and popcorn is really what I, eat, sleep, and breathe. And it's my passion. And, since we were the first ones in the business, so I really want to take it big. And though we have 52 flavors available, the number of SKUs available in the market is just about 14 to 15 right now. We are trying to get more and take it more as a marketing gimmick. So every 3 to 4 months, we're coming up with a newer product. Currently, we are focusing on sweet. We have a lot of savory products in line. We have some fantastic cheese products coming up. One of our top selling flavors have actually been the caramel crisp, the choco caramel crisp, the crunchy lychee, the cheesy sriracha, and the Chicago mix, which is a traditional mix of caramel mix and cheesy sriracha. And it's doing fabulous. And as I said, we're coming up with a big innovations. I'll show you a pack. I mean, if you can see it, I don't know if you can see this. This is something we call as a movie night kit. This is the latest rage, and we're doing wonders with this. What we're doing is we're giving you a pack of kernels along with 6 different type seasonings, and people have been binging on Amazon. This is just flying off the shelf in Amazon. People are just freaking out.
Tell me a little secret about your popcorn. How does it remain so crisp? I think that's a question that everybody has, that no matter how many times I open a box, the popcorn still remains crisp.
So, it's basically the recipe we work with, the mentors we have and the team we have in terms of collaboration. They've had about 85 years of experience in the industry. And they themselves are a single product company. And we have just been working very closely with them. And we have been just following the practices which have been used from traditionally the way Americans used to make the caramel popcorn. Thus, this is happening.
But, when you talk about new flavors and new launches that are coming up, will you only look at popcorn as a segment? Are you looking at diversification in terms of introducing more categories or different kinds of products under Popcorn and Company?
So, I am touchwood. I'm very excited because the kind of response we've got in past, I would say 9 to 11 months, have really given me a push to focus on the popcorn business. However, we've had some very interesting collaborations, and I believe collaborations is the way forward. You never know. You honestly never know that we may come up with newer products, which could be other than popcorns. But currently, at least for next 1 to 2 years, the focus is purely on popcorn. Because there's immense to do. I mean, if you look at my verticals itself, we're looking at so many other things. There are so many segments where we could sell popcorns. I'll share with you all these things in just a moment.
One popcorn variant that I was particularly fascinated by is the 24 karat popcorn. What makes the popcorn so expensive? And in taste, how is it different from the rest?
So this is basically a popcorn with a 24 karat gold. This was actually, a brainchild of mine when actually somebody walked up to us and he said, look, I want to serve popcorns, at my wedding. This was during the past couple of months. Why didn't you help me? And I said, wow, this is fantastic because, I have been actually wanting to pair popcorns with beer and wines. So we had a great opportunity to do that. That's one. And number two, when he talked about wedding, I said, why not make this? Because this makes a perfect new idea for gifting. I said, why not make this thing more fancier, more novelty? Thus, we mixed gold with popcorns and we gave them, and they actually distributed gold popcorns to some of their closest people, and they all freaked out, and they were really very, very happy.
Is it still available in the market? And what is the
No.
price of a 24-carat popcorn?
No, this is not available. This is not regular stuff we have. This is custom made, and we do it only on request. The price varies on the kind of packaging you're looking at. So I would technically say between $1,500 to about $2,400 per piece. That would mean a proper jar of popcorn.
Okay, perhaps the most expensive popcorn that any of us will eat in a long time. But if I had to ask you your personal favorites, if you could highlight top 3 personal favorites of yours in terms of flavors.
Certainly. I mean, I love popcorns whatever way it is, but I love my caramel crisp the best. The second I love is my cheesy sriracha. And the third I love is the Chicago mix, which is a traditional mix of caramel and cheese sriracha. So you get to eat both sweet and salty at the same time.
Mr. Suri, I wanted to ask you about fundraise plans, and I wanted to know whether investors want to taste your popcorn too.
So prior to our success, I had some people join me or wanting to talk to me to put in funds, but I said no, I could handle. So I denied. However, considering the success we've had in about 8 to 9 months, I think I may need funds. So I would be going back to people we still have a lot of people approaching us for the same thing. I will definitely be looking.
What is the quantum of fundraise that you're looking at?
This is tough to say. As I said, we haven't done our numbers yet, but we are definitely looking at a minimum of 10 CR to begin with. And, because the kind of vertical we have is phenomenal. The kind of market we have is phenomenal. So, funds is one, collaboration is another one, partners is another one. We're definitely looking at that.
And in terms of revenue targets, if you could give me some revenue targets for the next year, what do you aspire to get to?
So we're looking at, 21, about 5 CR to begin with. This is purely Popcorn and Company. Last year we did about 2 approximately. So this year we're looking at 5. That's on a very, very conservative side because, as said, the kind of collaboration I'm talking is really exciting me.
Right. And what kind of collaborations? Could you give us some indication on what you're looking at?
Well, this is basically, as I said, my verticals. Let me explain you my verticals to begin with. So, see, I'm looking at definitely, opening more stores where I could do popcorns and serve it to people over the counter. So I would call that a franchise route. So I'm definitely looking at franchising my business on pan-India basis. I'm definitely looking at focusing on my own web store we have. I'm definitely focusing on the e-com, like we are available on Amazon, Flipkart, LBB and other areas. I'm definitely wanting to focus on corporate gifting because that is a very, very big segment. We just did 5,600 tins for Discovery Channel this Diwali, and we went berserk. So that's the kind of opportunity we have. I'm definitely looking at B2B, where we could collaborate with the HoReCa sector again, hotel, the airlines. We're looking at bars because we could, pair our popcorns with them. We're definitely looking at retail. So these are some of the areas we are looking at in collaborating and going ahead.
All right, Mr. Suri, many thanks for joining us today for this very yummy conversation. And I hope to catch you on over some popcorn going forward. Many thanks for joining us on the Daily Dispatch.
Well, time now to say goodbye. Many thanks for joining us on this week's Daily Dispatch. I'll see you on Monday at 5 p.m. Don't forget to log in and don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. Goodbye and see you next week.